So guess what? So I used to get heartburn all the time. I used to take Zantac. It worked. It worked. But guess what? Guess what happened? It's from today. FDA calls for heartburn drug Zantac to be pulled from market immediately. Huh? Why? What happened? Well, the FDA noted that an ongoing investigation has determined that levels of a contaminant in the heartburn medication increases over time. And when stored at higher than normal temperatures, they pose a risk to public health. So they've known about this for a while, by the way, before they took this off the market. Hang on, there's more. The contaminant, which is called, I'm not going to try to, N-nitrosodimethylamine, or NDMA, is a probable human carcinogen. And the FDA has been investigating levels of it in ranitidine since the summer of 2019. According to the FDA's announcement, letters are now being sent to all manufacturers of ranitidine requesting that they withdraw products from the market, and consumers are advised to stop taking any ranitidine tablets or liquid medications they currently have. The FDA said to dispose of them properly and to not buy more. So they knew about this for a while. There's another. So I used to take Zantac when I used to get heartburn. I don't get heartburn anymore. There's another drug called valsartan. Was that it, Steph?
Yes.
That we take for high blood. I used to take for high blood pressure. All of a sudden, my doctor calls me. Hey, we're going to throw out your medicine. We're going to give you a new one.
We both were on it.
Huh? Yeah, throw it out, and we're going to give you a new one. What?
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Turns out I'll do a story on that tomorrow. There's a story on that coming tomorrow. Yeah. And also mesh. Hernia mesh. I have hernias. I had a hernia surgery 20 years ago. And they fix it with mesh. They don't do that in Canada. That's why Rand Paul went to Canada, and they have a different kind of surgery, which I guess is better.
Yeah, that guy Keith one time recommended that you go to Canada
That I go
instead.
to Canada. It was too late. I should have.
Who would have known?
So then I go back, and when they go in, and I always had pain from it. Always had pain in my balls ever since I had my hernia surgery. I talked to other people at hernia surgeries. Paul, my friend Paul, said that, he goes, it felt like my balls hurt for a year after I had my hernia surgery. I was like, I know what that feels like. And so then they went in. I had another hernia on the other side. And when they went in, it took them twice as long to do the surgery than normal because the other mesh had migrated, as they say. And so it wrapped around some shit and wasn't where it fucked up. That's the technical term. It fucked up. So that's coming too. There's another that mesh is. So what I'm saying is, so they know it's bad. They know there's something wrong with it, but they figure out. I remember Jerry Spence taught me this. Not me personally. I saw him do this on TV. He was a personal injury lawyer, and he say there was a defect with a car. This actually happened. He proved this happened in court. There was a defect with a car. And they figured out how many deaths would come from it. Then they figured out how much money they would have to pay out. And then they figured out how much money it would cost to recall all the cars and fix them. And so that would cost even more. So what they did was they just let people die and then they paid them. That's how corporations think. So the same thing with Zantac. For a while, they've been settling cases. They've known about this. And so they'll just pay. They'd rather just pay. Well, now they're taking it off the market. Now the FDA's taking it off the market. In fact, there's this guy, Mike how do you say Papantonio, right? So America's lawyer, but he's that big shot lawyer, and he's really good. He goes after the big guys. Like he's the one who went after the tobacco companies. So he does. Companies that are hurting people and they know it. Those are the ones that he likes to go after. People they're hurting people and they know it. Just like with Jerry Spence, he used to be a famous. I'm pretty sure he's passed, and he had a show on MSNBC briefly, but I think he told that truth about. Do you know that what corporations really do is they figure out how many people will die, and then they figure out how much money it will take to fix it, and if it's more to fix it than to let people die, they just let people die. Did you know that? That's the truth. So anyway, so he has a lawsuit against Zantac. So here, well, wait. And I'm going to go, there's a video for that. I have to go find it. So let me get the video. He has a video for this lawsuit against Zantac. Because if you are taking Zantac or have taken it, there's a good chance you're sick from it. And so he wants to hear from people who have taken Zantac and think they might be sick from it, because he'll represent you. He's going to sue them. So if you've taken Zantac and you think you're sick from it, watch this video, okay? And then call this number.
Zantac has been recalled and pulled off the shelves of pharmacies across the nation. Zantac breaks down inside the body as NDMA, which can cause cancer. The generic form of Zantac is known as ranitidine and can cause cancer the same way that Zantac does. If you've been diagnosed with cancer after taking Zantac on a regular basis, give us a call immediately for a free consultation. If you want to know more about us, Google us, Levin Papantonio.
So that's the number to call. If you've taken Zantac and you want to get part of this lawsuit, 888-680-1422. So now, for me running this commercial for him, I get money. Just so you guys know that. Just so you know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's.
Did you just talk about that today?
Yeah, just did that story because that just happened today.
Oh, right.
That
but
they
you had been,
so
yes.
I had already been talking with the people
months ago,
their representatives, about these lawsuits. They have 3 lawsuits, and they're like, "Hey, we're going after the big guys, and what we need is to find people who've been injured by these 3 things. One of them is Zantac." And I was like, "Zantac? Oh, how could it be bad if they're still selling it?" And they're like, "Yeah, I know. That's why he goes after those type of people. That's why Papantonio." So Papantonio went after he's the guy who took down the tobacco companies. So he likes going after the big guys who know they're hurting people. Right? So like with Zantac, like they knew that this was messing people up for a while, but they figured out that probably would make more money still selling it and just settling cases as they came up. So this was already in the works. He was already suing them. And now finally, today, they announced they're taking it off. So if I would have ran this yesterday, I would have looked like a genius. Like, hey, remember that commercial I told you about? If you've been, I'm not kidding. It's bad for you. Don't take Zantac. It's bad for you. Well, today they came out and told you, damn it, I should have ran this yesterday. Son of a bitch. I had it. But anyway, so there it is. So they just so that is definitely, now the FDA agrees that drug is bad for you and it's hurting you. So this is probably that's a definite winner of a lawsuit. So if you've been injured, this is the guy, Papantonio.
Okay, so I'm going to put it on the other screen because where you're seated, it's hard to see the number. People are saying, because that program, there we go, 888-680-1422, 888-680-1422 for a free consultation, or visit levinlaw.com.
No, just go call that number.
Okay. Just call that number.
Call that number. Okay, thank you very much. I hope everybody, if you've been, and tomorrow we'll talk about losartan. That's another one. I don't know if they've taken it off the market officially, but I know my doctor called both of us and said, throw out your medicine and get new. We have new medicine for you, which doesn't make you feel good. Oh, the shit I've been taking has been killing me? Yeah. And so I wonder what's that. I'm going to actually talk to them about the mesh that I have because I have it now documented by another surgeon that mesh did what everyone's afraid it would do. That's why it hurt all the time. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?